Hello, Georgina Gancars here, and I just wanted to take you today to a short tour of the Pike Street Market. So we're kind of on Post Alleyway, and if you look kind of straight ahead here, this is where you go down these stairs, where they have an elevator on the side. You can take the ferry to Bremerton or Bainbridge Island, and you can also go to the aquarium. So I'm going to just take you up to the top here. And this is Post Alleyway. And as we go up this way, we're just going to take a little right, and we're going to see the gum wall. So I don't know why this is a popular attraction, but it is. And you'll see people are here taking pictures, because basically what it is, it looks like a real, if you go up close, you think, oh, that's really interesting. What kind of wall is that? And it's actually really gum. So people take gum out of their mouth, they put it on the wall, and it goes all the way down. Also, at the end of this corner here, we have the theater market. So I really recommend that. They have great improv shows there that are wonderful, just local artists. And then here we have the famous Ghost Alley Espresso, and you can see where else are you going to find something like this, only in Seattle. So as we go up the hill, the wonderful thing about Seattle is they have all of these posters, and they actually become like an art form. So you kind of see most cities have them, but they're just kind of posted on the wall, and they just add to the colorfulness of the city. We have a very good restaurant here, a couple of more restaurants in the market and on the alleyway. And as you walk, you can really see the old cobblestone streets, which just add to the whole atmosphere. Now, as we walk up the street, we're going to be on First Avenue. So we're still walking up this cobblestone road, and we come to First Avenue, and they actually named it Pike Place Market here. And the wonderful thing is I'm standing right next to this store that I really love. For those of you that know me know I've been to Italy a lot of times, and they have De Laurentiis here, food and wine. They also have a good gelato store right down the corner. And if you're standing here, so here's the supermarket, the Italian supermarket or kind of store. You go right into the Pike Street Market. And if you look across the street, you'll see this t-shirt store. It's been here for years. And they also have the Showbox. So the Showbox is over here, and that's a venue where they have all these great bands that come, rock bands, different type of bands that come to Seattle. And if you go all the way down that street, you'll run into the Seattle Art Museum. So I definitely say, when you're going to the market, take a look down there and check out what they have. So I'm going to show you something. We're going to go into the market, but first, we're just going to cross the street. And I have to tell you this, they just basically closed the street here with cars. This kind of area, you have to be careful when you're walking across here, but that little intersection beyond is one street where you can kind of sit. It's really nice in the summer. Here's the view of the market. And now we're crossing the street, and you'll see there's the famous Pike Street flowers over there. They have a great collection of flowers. And Left Bank Books. It's another good bookstore. And as you're walking, a lot of people kind of don't do this, and I totally recommend going here. Most people just look at these signs, and they kind of just go to these shops inside the market. But I recommend going upstairs, because they have a wonderful coffee shop with a fireplace. But you have to do a little bit of a climb. So kind of go up these stairs, and again, this is another entrance to the Pike Street Market, where they have the crumpet shop, which is just to die for. But if you keep going here, there's this little small door on the side. and you kind of go in here, and you go up these stairs. And the wonderful thing about this is you really get a really good view as you climb of the market. Because you're at a higher little bit of altitude, you're going up the stairs. And then you have one more staircase here. I'm almost to the top, I promise. And when you get to the top, you see they have Storyville coffee. So we're just gonna walk through there real fast. They also have Max in the Market. And another place, if you like to drink, or you can get spirits. So I'll just do a fast tour here. And here's a place that's pretty popular during, before rush hour, or a little bit after. So I really recommend coming to Storyville Coffee. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to go with the camera and show you what's going on inside. So you can see you have to be completely quiet. And it's just a beautiful coffee shop. The view, if you go over there, outside of the waterfront. So I'll just show you now. Just follow me because we don't want to disturb anyone. But the people here are really nice. I'll just show you. They have a beautiful view of the fireplace. And you can kind of see the market from the top. And also the water on the other side. So let's get out of here right now. And the highlight, of course, is the fireplace here. And it's different. If you know Seattle, it's mostly, Starbucks, right? But there's all these wonderful little family coffee shops and small coffee shops that people have their favorite that they go to, and that's one of them. And again, you get to climb, see a little bit of the view of the water from a different angle, so I definitely recommend that. Okay, so now we're going back down the stairs, and we're going to go into the market. And I'll show you a couple of the stores that they have there. A lot of the artists in the market, whether they're selling, paintings or their craft, if they're farmers, a lot of the things are, made by their hands. Sorry, handmade. So the thing is, when you're looking at these things, you have to realize it takes a lot of time to make them. There's one guy in here that sells earrings that are just really, they're the best gift that you can kind of get someone as far as the jewelry, because it's not just like, commercial from a regular store. The paintings also, sometimes you might want to visit, when you're visiting, you want to take something back, and you might say, hey, I want to take a painting that somebody did in the market. So let's take a look and let's see what they have today. Because they do have vendors that are here year-round, and they have some that are here at different times. Okay, so now we're going to just walk through just fast. I'll just show you a little bit of the Italian shop. And they do have really good pizzas and sandwiches and everything that you would want. Similar to a store, like if you're in Toscana. So, kind of simple. Just walk through. They have some good tasty paninis. And they have olive oil, everything that you would want if you were making a great pasta. I really love this imported olive oil. You have the ones from also southern part of Italy, Sicilia. And so we'll walk through, and they have a wonderful meat counter here and cheese. You can find just kind of meat and cheese and delicacies over here, cookies. The other thing is, when you're walking out of the shop, you'll see that they have these little small artist shops that are along the way. That woman has been here for a while. She sells really good prints. The other guy behind her sells jewelry. And they have these wonderful donuts here. Oh, they're so delicious. Here's a sushi place. And of course, if you read about the Pike Street Market, or if you've seen other videos, this is where they throw the fish. And we're gonna go, I did another video up close where you could kind of see the fish, but I just want to show you, look at these beautiful lobster tails. Oh, the smell in the market is another thing that kind of just brings you here, because there's so many different smells going on at once that it just really makes you hungry if you didn't eat. So you definitely can find, if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you do love meat, there's every different kind of option for you. And there's also different types of restaurants that, from Polish to Italian to German to different Asian, you really have a large selection here. And this is another place I really like. They have honey, so you can see these honey jars. And again, everything is kind of made with love and care. They do a lot of packaging to themselves. The other place that I recommend is Market Spice. So this store has every kind of spice. If you want to buy something at the market, you can come here and you'll find the spice to add to make your food even better. And I'll show you, they have all these spices in these jars that go all the way through the whole store. So if you don't find it here, you're not going to find it. So let's keep on walking. And again, we're going to pass the place that throws the fish. And then the other thing about Seattle is they have these pigs. So I'll show you what they look like. Okay. And what the Pike Street Foundation is trying to do is they were trying to raise money because they're redoing the waterfront. So they were you can actually buy a little food. I'll show you what it looks like. Not in the middle of one of these. And you can put your name on it or your family's name and kind of dedicate it. That's how they also raise money. So I really recommend that. It's a nice way to give someone a gift. The other thing here is we're going to go to the Pike Street Bakery. You can see there's a cat behind me. He's playing an accordion. This is another area that I really like for fresh flowers. They're just setting up in the morning, but they usually have more of an array. And then they also have other things like that you would just buy, homemade scarves, different types of t-shirts, the typical tourist kind of thing. They have a wonderful fruit and vegetable stand here. They're not open yet, but they do have, when they're open, they have thousands of different types of fruits and vegetables. And if you kind of go, they have these little side alleyways where you can go out into the market and you can see what's across the street. So across the street, they also have fruits and vegetables. And we'll go in there, but we're going back inside now, just so you have an idea of where we are. And I like to come early in the morning, when they're setting up, because when it's crowded, it's a great place to walk anytime if you like the energy, but you can get more of a feel and it's easier to walk through. So here we have some more beautiful fish here, lobster tails. And another restaurant that I really like, that I recommend, that's kind of popular here is Lowell's. And it looks like this. And the reason people like it is not only for the food, but when you go inside, they have a beautiful view here, if you can see in the background, of a Puget Sound. So you can see across the street here, or across this alleyway, they're setting up here. Some more fruits and vegetables. And again, it's nice to kind of support the farmers that are showing here. This is another store that's been open where they have these little kind of like souvenirs, things that you really wouldn't find, some kind of trinkets. Some of them might be even antique. And I really love the colorful displays. This is another woman here that sells these leather books. And And this is another place where they sell cherries that are kind of packaged, and they're just delicious. I mean, I think I was here the other day and they had, I think it was, oh yes, it was cherry pecan popcorn. Where else are you going to find that? And here are some more jams.
Guys, I think we're going to... You want something?
And flowers. Oh, and the other thing is they do have elevators here, so it's very, accessible. They also have stairs, depending on which you want to take. And as you go all the way down, we have a bunch of other vendors here, and I'll tell you, there's flowers, there's more flowers, there's paintings. But because of the privacy of some of the artists, I didn't want to record. And I want to keep a little bit of excitement for you so you can come and see it on your own. So now we left the market. As you see, the market's behind me. But now we're going to go to the other side of the market on this side of the street. And this is the side where they have the famous Starbucks, the first Starbucks that opened here in Seattle. So let's come on and take a look at this. It's a smaller one. They have a larger one on Pike and Minor, which is the roastery, which is a whole nother experience if you go there to Seattle. So I definitely recommend that too. And here's another place, if you do have an apartment here that you're renting, or, if you're a culinary kind of person, you definitely want to kind of visit Sur La Table, because they're a great place and they have a lot of specialties for cooking, and they have really good pots. They have the all-clad pot pan here. A lot of the pots that are also recommended on the cooking channel. And the other thing is, now we're going to cross the street. And this is why I'm coming early in the morning. There's hardly no cars. And we're going to go into Post Alleyway. So here's Post Alleyway. Looks kind of like that. And as you go through, they have another bunch of shops there. They have a great sandwich shop. Love sandwiches. You can sit out on the side. In the summer, it's just beautiful because they have great foliage. They put out a lot of trees and flowers, and all this area just looks so green. So now we're going to walk through the alleyway. And this is another place, classic French fare here, that I recommend also. And we're still walking through the alleyway. And Seattle, as most major cities, they kind of have seats where you can sit outside. Even in the winter, they have these seats kind of open. Sometimes they have fireplace pits so you can keep warm. And the Post Alley, I'll just show you, we're still walking through, goes all the way, even across the street through here. And you have other things back there, like if you Google it, the Pink Door, other kind of restaurants that are pretty popular. They also have this store, if you like purple, you have to go here. It's the Purple Store. So it's right there where everything is purple inside. So let's go down the hill again. And just so you get your bearings, we just went through this alleyway, and now we're back at the store that sells the pots and pans. That's the front part of the store. And we're just going to take a walk down again. That's where we came from with the fruits and vegetables and where they throw the fish. And we're going to walk down the street here. Okay, so now we're at another bakery. And seriously, like just standing here, I'm in love with the smell. So they have all different types of breads in here. Another French bakery. Oh my gosh, it's just like kind of Europe and places that I've been in France. So the other thing is they have another couple of shops. This shop that sells, they do make pierogies here, but for Polish food, I recommend going to George's Deli, and that's near 9th and I think it's Marion or Terry. It's near the St. James Cathedral. But this is another place where they also sell, and you can just kind of smell it here.
So good, but you can't go wrong.
pastries, and also some Ukrainian food also, like pierogi. And if we keep going, then we're going to run into the first Starbucks. So everybody's standing here and they want to take a picture because it's kind of the first Starbucks, right, of Seattle. But again, I recommend really going to the Roastery on Pike and Minor. That store is just amazing. But they usually have a line, but I came in the morning and no one's here. And up there is a great cheese shop also. I forgot to mention that. And as we're going, I did a whole nother video of this area, but I'll go and show you. We are going to cross the street now. And we're going to take a look at Puget Sound. And then I'm going to stop the video. But I want to show you, they're doing construction here. And this is a really rainy day. On a great day, you can see the mountains. There's so many different places you can see the mountains in Seattle, and so many different parks that are connected to lakes or to oceans, waterways. And, you know, Lake Union is another park you really want to visit that I totally recommend. The other park that I really like is a little bit out of Seattle, and it's Snoqualmie Community Park. I even painted there. So you might take that same day, and as you're going there, drive up to the falls. A lot of people go to Snoqualmie Falls. But if you're in the city, you're right near the market. This is a nice view. And unfortunately, you can see they have construction going on here. But they're just expanding this area. It's going to be really beautiful. Behind me, a couple of feet, is the start of the sculpture park. So they have beautiful sculptures that artists made that are very large. But I did that in another video. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the last bit of how you can get close to the water and have a view from above. And this is, you'll see where the construction extends all the way down to the aquarium. So we're going to walk in. And as I'm passing this is another place to have chocolates or coffee. And if you've been to London, you'll see they have the big wheel. We've got our own big wheel here also, where Seattle has their own big wheel. Just to give you bearings here. So there's the wheel, and down there is the aquarium. So they're rebuilding all of this. And you can, when you take the elevator or the stairs, you'll end up where these cars are down here. And then you just walk through there, and you can walk directly to the waterfront. So this is part one. I'll see you at the aquarium. Ciao.